Good morning, dear children, and welcome back to this new video of chemical chains and reaction. So, in the last video, we already discussed that what is synthesis reaction or direct combination reaction. And here, now I am going to discuss that what is decomposition reaction and displacement reaction. So, let's start. First, we'll discuss that what is decomposition reaction. That means it is a chemical reaction in which a chemical compound will decompose and produce what? Two or more new simpler substance. So let's see here, AB is a chemical compound. Okay, when it is decomposed, it produces what? A plus B. That means two singular substance. Okay. So what you find about the decomposition reaction? That means it is a reaction where a more complex molecule breaks down to form two or more simpler products. See here, AB is a chemical compound and it is decomposed and produce what? A plus B. That means the decomposition reaction will be brought by presence of heat or presence of light or presence of electricity. So when the chemical reaction will brought by the presence of heat, that is known as a thermal decomposition. Okay, and when that chemical reaction will brought by presence of light, that is known as what? Photochemical decomposition. And when that the chemical reaction brought by the presence of electricity, that is known as a electrochemical reaction. Understood? So let's see some examples of decomposition reaction. See here, calcium carbonate. Okay, when heat is produced, it produces calcium oxide plus carbon dioxide. That means it is a thermal decomposition reaction because this reaction is brought by the presence of heat. So it is known as thermal decomposition reaction. And when that chemical reaction is brought in the presence of light, that is known as what? Photochemical decomposition. Let's see the example. Silver bromide. That when the reaction will be decomposed in the presence of light, it produces what? Silver plus bromine. Okay. And water. When it is decomposed in the presence of electricity, it produces what? Hydrogen plus oxygen. So it is known as what? Electrochemical decomposition. That means the reaction which is brought about by heat, that is known as thermal decomposition, and when the reaction is brought about by light, that is known as photochemical reaction, and when the reaction is brought about by the electricity, that is known as electrochemical decomposition. Okay, so let's see some other examples. Here you can find out, see, that mercury oxide. Okay, that means the thermal decomposition will be on that oxides, hydroxide, carbonates and nitrates. So let's see one by one. First one we see oxide. So when that mercuric oxide will decompose, it produces what? Mercury plus oxygen. Okay, and potassium to copper, they are stable to heat. Understood? So that 2HgO, when it is decomposed, it produces mercury plus oxygen. The next one is hydroxide. Here you can find out, see, that potassium and sodium, you know that are the highly reactive element. So that potassium hydroxide or sodium hydroxide, they are stable when the heat will be produced. But from calcium to copper, what happens when heat is produced? This hydroxide will produce what? Metallic oxide plus water. For example, see, calcium hydroxide, copper hydroxide, okay, ferric hydroxide. What happens? They will produce that metallic oxide plus water. That means when copper hydroxide, okay, see here, that is calcium hydroxide, when it is decomposed, it produces calcium oxide plus water. And next one, that is what? Ferric hydroxide, when it is decomposed in the presence of heat, it produces ferric oxide plus water. Remember? The next one we will discuss about carbonates and nitrates. See here, carbonates, you know that potassium and sodium, they are very highly reactive element. So they will be stable when heat is produced. But from calcium to copper, okay, when heat is produced, that carbonates will produce what? Metallic oxide plus carbon dioxide. Remember here one more thing, when carbonate is there, it is must be produce carbon dioxide gas. So from calcium to copper, they will produce what? Metallic oxide plus carbon dioxide gas. So see here, that is calcium, that is first one is calcium carbonate. When it is decomposed, it produces metallic oxide, that is calcium oxide plus carbon dioxide. And when copper carbonate is decomposed, it produces copper oxide plus carbon dioxide. Okay, and mercury, silver, gold, platinum, okay, they will produce what? Metal plus carbon dioxide plus oxygen. Okay, see, from calcium to copper, that is metallic oxide plus carbon dioxide, but from that that less reactive element, that is silver, mercury, gold, platinum, they'll produce that metal plus carbon dioxide gas plus oxygen. Let's see that example. Mercury carbonate, it decomposes, it produces mercury plus carbon dioxide plus oxygen. Okay, the next one, see, nitrates. Here also you can find out, see, potassium, sodium. Okay, the nitrate of potassium and sodium, when they will be decomposed, it produces what? Nitrite plus oxygen. For example, potassium nitrate, when it is decomposed in the presence of heat, what they will produce? They produce potassium nitrite plus oxygen. That means KNO3, when it is decomposed in the presence of heat, it produces potassium nitrite, KNO2 plus oxygen. But from calcium to copper, okay, when they will be decomposed, the nitrate of calcium, nitrate of copper, when they will be decomposed, they produce what? Metallic oxide plus nitrogen dioxide plus oxygen. Okay, see, let the example, copper nitrate, when they will be decomposed in the presence of heat, it produces calcium oxide plus nitrogen dioxide plus oxygen. Okay, then silver, mercury, gold, platinum, they are less reactive element. When they will be the nitrate of mercury, okay, or the silver, when they will be decomposed, they produce what? Metal plus nitrogen dioxide plus oxygen. So when silver nitrate will be decomposed, it produces silver plus nitrogen dioxide plus oxygen. Now we'll be discuss some other example, that is decomposition reaction. Okay, that means when will be heat produced on ammonium dichromate. Okay, so what it will produce? See, ammonium dichromate is a orange color compound. Okay, that formula is NH4 whole twice Cr2O7. Okay, ammonium dichromate, and when it will be decomposed, it produces what? Chromic oxide plus water plus nitrogen. Okay, so let's see that equation. Ammonium dichromate, when it is decomposed in the presence of heat, it produces what? Nitrogen plus water plus water. Chromic oxide. This is chromic oxide is greenish in color. Okay, see here, heat on hydrated sulfates. Okay, that means, see, when you will be produce heat on copper sulfate, hydrated copper sulfate, what is the formula? That is CuSO4.5H2O. That means when you will be give the heat, it produce what? Copper sulfate plus 5 water. That means what? It produce anhydrated copper sulfate, CuSO4. Okay, but this hydrated copper sulfate is blue in color. When it will be decomposed, it produce what? Water vapor is separated and produce that anhydrated white color copper sulfate will be produced. But on strong heating on this copper sulfate, that is anhydrated copper sulfate, it produce what? Copper oxide plus sulfur dioxide plus oxygen gas. Remember, that means what? When heat is produced on hydrated substance, that means the copper sulfate, then sodium carbonate. Okay, that means what it produce? They will be separated the water molecules. They will produce that anhydrated sulfates on substance. And when you strongly heating, it produces that what? This metallic oxide. For example, copper sulfate, anhydrated copper sulfate. When it is decomposed in the presence of heat, it produces what? Copper oxide plus sulfur dioxide plus oxygen gas. Okay. Then see, next one we have to discuss that about thermal dissociation. Thermal decomposition, you understood? That is what? The reaction when it will be brought by heat. Okay. So now we'll discuss that what is thermal dissociation. Okay. See here thermal decomposition and thermal dissociation. Two examples are here there, and you compare with, then you can find out. See, that is calcium carbonate. When heat is produced, it produces what? Carbon dioxide plus calcium oxide. That means heat is produced. And ammonium chloride, when heat is produced, it produces what? Ammonia plus hydrochloric acid. So now we'll discuss that what is thermal decomposition and thermal dissociation. See here, thermal decomposition already you know, that means the reaction is brought about by the presence of heat. Okay, reaction in which heat is used for the breaking of a chemical substance into two or more parts. For example, calcium carbonate, when heat is produced, heat is given, then it produces what? Calcium oxide plus carbon dioxide gas. But what is thermal dissociation? Thermal dissociation means it is a compound is breaks reversibly, okay, and into two parts in a single step. That means the compound will be break and it may reversible, okay, in a single step only. For example, see here, ammonium chloride formula is NH4Cl. When heat is produced, okay, it produces what? Ammonia plus hydrochloric acid. That means it will breaks, okay, into two parts in a single step. That is ammonia plus hydrochloric acid. Understood now? The next one we have discussed that what is electrolytic decomposition. I already told you that is the decomposition reaction which is brought about by the presence of electric current. Okay, the chemical reaction which is brought about by giving what? Electricity is known as electrolytic decomposition. For example, see here, water. How can you will be separated the composition of water? That means by giving electricity will be separated hydrogen and oxygen from that water. That means 2H2O, when it is decomposed in the presence of electric current, it produces hydrogen plus oxygen. Then see, next one is photochemical decomposition reaction. Already you know that photochemical, that means the chemical reaction which is brought in the presence of light. For example, silver chloride, okay, it will be decomposed in the presence of light, it produces silver plus chlorine. Okay, like this silver bromide, when it is decomposed, it produces what? Silver plus bromine. Understood? Like this hydrogen peroxide, H2O2, in the presence of light, it produces what? Water plus oxygen. So that chemical reaction which will decompose in the presence of light is known as a photochemical decomposition. Clear? Then now next one, see other some examples of decomposition reaction. That is, see iron carbonate. Already I told you, if carbonate will be decomposed, it produces what? Carbon dioxide gas. That means metallic oxide plus carbon dioxide gas. So when ferrous carbonate, iron carbonate is decomposed, it produces that what? Ferrous oxide plus carbon dioxide gas. That means iron oxide plus carbon dioxide gas. And see, that is copper carbonate, CuCO3. When it is decomposed, what it produce? That means metallic oxide plus carbon dioxide, that is copper CuO plus CO2. And like this manganese carbonate, that is MnCO3. When it is decomposed, it produces manganese oxide, MnO plus CO2. Okay. And zinc carbonate, when it is decomposed, it produces zinc oxide plus carbon dioxide. That means ZnCO3, when it is decomposed, it produces ZnO plus carbon dioxide. So now we will discuss that what is displacement reaction. Okay, displacement reaction means a reaction in which a high reactive element displaces a low reactive element from its compound. Okay, and from the reaction and and that type of reaction is known as what? Displacement reaction. Clear? For example, see AB plus C. Okay, it produces what? A plus B. A plus BC. That means what you find here? A highly reactive element will be displaced from the lower to the low reactive element. Okay, let's see here. What is displacement reaction? That means it is a chemical reaction in which a more reactive element displaces a less reactive element from its compound and both the metals and non-metals take part in the displacement reaction. Example of reaction of iron nails with copper sulfate solution. Okay, that means what? You have to find out that more reactive element displace a less reactive element. Okay, so let's see, we'll see some examples of displacement reaction. See here, zinc plus hydrogen sulfide. Okay, here what? Zinc will be displace that hydrogen, and that is low reactive element, and produce what? Hydrogen plus zinc sulfide. Understood? That means the more reactive element is what? Zinc, and zinc will be displaced that low reactive element. That means it will be separate, and it produce what? Zinc sulfide plus hydrogen. Okay, let's see other examples of displacement reaction, that is potassium bromide and chlorine. Okay, potassium bromide and chlorine. See here, potassium bromide when react with chlorine, potassium is a highly reactive element. Okay, so that means chlorine is here what? Highly reactive element. It will be that potassium chloride and bromine will be separate. Okay, and potassium iodide and chlorine, like this, Ki plus Cl2, that is KCl plus I2. That means I is what? Less reactive element, and potassium is highly reactive element. And potassium iodide and bromine. Okay, like this you will get that potassium bromide plus iodine. Understood? So these are that examples of displacement reaction. That means a highly reactive element will displace the low reactive element, and here it can be react with the metals as well as non-metals. Let's see other some examples. That is when that metal will be react with acids. Okay. Here you can find out that say a metal will be react with sulfate. Okay, that metals like magnesium, aluminium, zinc, okay, iron, they will be displaced from that copper sulfate solution. See here, magnesium, when they will be react with copper sulfate, it produce what? Magnesium sulfate plus copper. Okay, like this, when magnesium will be react with zinc sulfate. Okay, so what you find? Magnesium sulfate plus zinc. That means what? Magnesium will be react with the zinc sulfate. Okay, and magnesium react with the ferrous sulfate. Magnesium sulfate plus iron. So now what you find here? That is the metal like magnesium, or you can say that aluminium. When aluminium will be react with copper sulfate, it produce what? Aluminium sulfate plus copper. Okay, that means aluminium is the highly reactive element as comparison to that copper. Okay, like this iron plus copper sulfate. Iron is a highly reactive element as comparison to copper. So it will be displace that low reactive element. Okay, the next one, see, metals react with acids. Okay, so when magnesium will be react with sulfuric acid, understood, it produce what? Magnesium sulfate plus hydrogen gas. That means the metal above the hydrogen in that electrochemical series, that is active metals, are sent to displace that hydrogen from that dilute acids. Okay, so here you see magnesium plus sulfuric acid, it produce magnesium sulfate plus hydrogen gas. And like this also magnesium plus hydrochloric acid, so it produces what? Magnesium chloride plus hydrogen gas. That means it displaces that low reactive element hydrogen. Okay, and like that only zinc plus sulfuric acid, it produces zinc sulfate plus hydrogen. And when that iron plus hydrochloric acid, it produces iron chloride plus hydrogen. So here hydrogen is the less reactive element as comparison to that metal magnesium, zinc, iron, aluminium, etc. Thank you.